Hello everybody! I love Princess Diana so much, and not because as some people support her unconsciously as a victim of the royal family, and not because she was some sort of rebel. In my opinion, she was an amazing, very kind woman that did so many nice things in her short life. I mean, she used her fame for a really good purposes. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about Lady Diana, but I'm not gonna tell you all of these stories you've heard many times. I wanna show her from the music side.
Diana, Princess of Wales, not just enjoyed the music, but also maintained friendships with musicians. She visited a gay club with Freddie Mercury. She had a fight with Elton John and an accident on the Michael Jackson's show.
I'm sure it's such a nice thing to talk about because everybody loves music. I mean, almost everyone. And the music we listen to always reflects our emotions, feelings, what we feel right now, and the lyrics are really relatable. So today let's talk about music preferences of Lady Diana, but we will also talk about her friends from the music industry. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna start with the pure fact that her favorite music band was Duran Duran. And she said it herself.
Interesting that speaking at Diana's memorial concert back in 2006, guys from the band said the following: "We are honored that she always referred to Duran Duran as her favorite band, as she was certainly our favorite princess."
And it's happened almost 10 years after her death. If you watch The Crown, a series about royal family, you could also find some Easter eggs referring to Duran Duran. Because in one of the scenes you can see a poster. And only in 2017 British royal family let us know about real music preferences of Lady Diana. You may ask, how? The thing is, the cassette that one belonged to Lady Diana were exhibited in a Buckingham Palace.
A small box containing the albums of George Michael, Luciano Pavarotti, Rob Stewart, Dire Straits, Celine Dion, Lionel Richie, and so on.
Diana was a real music lover and she had a lot of hits in her collection. For instance, Hello by Lionel Richie, released in 1984. And I've listened to this song and I can say that it's just a sweet song about love.
During his performance back in 2015, he said, "I must tell you, it's a pleasure to be with all of you, but especially this gentleman, Prince William, because his mother came to me and said, my favorite song is Hello."
Also, he shared a nice story about Diana drinking alcohol.
It was later made known to me that the members of the royal family were not allowed to be photographed drinking alcohol. That's when I understood why Princess Diana was holding her glass so close to her and covering it with her hands. She was trying to hide it.
The second favorite hit was Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson. They say for the first time Diana and Michael met during Michael's Bad World Tour. Before the show started, Diana asked Michael at a London concert if he would perform this song, as it was her favorite one.
Diana tried to convince him to add the song to the show. She said, "Are you going to do Dirty Diana tonight?" "No, I took it out of the show out of respect for you. At that point, I couldn't put it back to the show because it was too close to the show time."
And they became a really good friends. They bonded over paparazzi, fame, children, and it feels like they had a lot of things in common. Jackson told German media in 1999 the following:
"We were very close. She was extremely close by phone. Diana woke me up usually late at night, mostly after 3 in the morning, and then she held me for hours on the phone talking about children, the press."
But Michael wasn't hers the only friend from the industry. George Michael, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie were her friends, and they laughed that much they started crying.
According to George Michael, they were close enough that she called him at night, he referred to her as a darling, and even gave her a gold watch.
By the way, I've read so many George Michael's interview before this video, and it feels like Diana had a crush on Michael and it some sort of affected their friendship, not really in a good way, because he kept her at a distance and called her rarely. I can say that the friendship of Diana and Freddie Mercury was iconic. The story goes that Freddie and Kenny dressed up Diana as a man and they went to the gay club because Diana wanted this.
When we walked in, we felt she was obviously Princess Diana and would be discovered at any minute, but people just seemed to blank her. She sort of disappeared, but she loved it.
Whether it's actually happened or not is still a mystery, but a lot of people spoke about this. I swear, it sounds like Diana and I can picture it. And also I found a lot of articles saying that this wasn't the only case Diana dressed up and went to public. There were many cases. One of these moments is pictured in The Crown. Diana dressed up and went to the secret date with her boyfriend Hassan Khan in the cinema. And now let's talk about friendship everybody awares of, Elton John and Diana. So how they met. Actually, both Queen Mother and Prince Anne were fans of Elton John since his early days, so they invited him to several family events. So actually he was invited to perform at Prince Andrew's 21st birthday party in 1981, and there he met Diana for the very first time. In fact, they spent a lot of time of their first time bonding speaking about dancing Charleston. However, after the years of hilarious friendship, their friendship broken up because of professional collaboration problems. Diana promised Elton to take part in one of his concerts connected to AIDS Foundation, but Diana dropped out of the project saying she wasn't aware of the book's content that was about to be released during this event.
John writes, I think Buckingham Palace didn't like the idea of a member of the royal family having anything to do with a book that featured shots of naked guys with towels wrapped around them.
The duo didn't speak to each other for many months until their common friend Versace died. Diana called John the same day to his nice holiday home and said the following:
I'm sorry, it was a silly falling out. Let's be friends.
And several months later, Diana died in a car accident. Having been close to the royal family, Elton was deemed a natural choice to perform at a Princess Diana's funeral in front of the whole nation. So he changed the lyrics of his song Candle in the Wind in the following way.
From Goodbye Norma Jean, though I never knew you at all, to Goodbye England's Rose, may you never grow in our hearts.
I want to end this video on a lovely note, so let's remember how Prince William talked about his mother's music taste.
When I was younger, Harry and I, we were at boarding school, and my mother used to play all sorts of songs, kind of while away the anxiety of going back to school. And one of the songs I massively remember and has stuck with me all this time, and I still to this day still quite enjoy secretly, is Tina Turner's The Best. Because sitting in the backseat singing away, it felt like a real family moment. My mother, she'd be driving along, singing at the top of her voice, and we'd even get the policeman in the car. He'd been occasionally singing along as well.
I hope you enjoyed this video because it was such a nice pleasure for me to do this, and I hope you got some new facts about Lady Diana you have never heard before, because I did my best to do this video. See you soon and bye!